While presenters, reporters, and on-screen personnel may take most of the attention, it is the hardworking behind-the-scene personnel that make everything possible in the media industry. I am Kehinde Adesun, and my co-host is
Agboola Samiat, and welcome to Journalist Closet, where we talk about journalistic activities. So we have our beautiful guest here. She's a media practitioner, and her name is Mrs. Agbo Mary. Welcome on the show, ma.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome, ma.
Thank you.
Okay, so Ma, how can you relate writing to production managing? Because the idea is when it comes to writing, you have to be a reporter, or you have to be a PR person, or you have to work in a print media. So what do you say?
Writing is very, very important to a production manager because as a production manager, you have to be everything. You have to be everything from the beginning to the end. As a production manager, you have to be a host, you have to be a presenter, you have to be a director, you have to be a producer, you have to be everything. Just think about it.
That's
a videographer, a photographer, everything that has to do with media, with production itself. So you have to have the flair for writing. Just imagine a case whereby you have a particular program and probably the presenter or the host is not coming up with maybe what idea. You want, a very good idea, or probably the way you want the script to go. Do you understand? Yeah. So as a production manager, you have the idea right. You know the way you want your program to be. Yeah. You know how you want your program to go. Yeah. So you just have to write the script yourself and say, oh, dear host or dear presenter, this is it. This is what I want you to present. This is what I want you to bring out for me. Okay. Do you understand? Okay. So that's just, you need to know how to write. Not just to write, or not just knowing how to write. Well. You need to know how to write well. You need to have flair for writing. Do you understand? Okay. You know what I mean by having flair for writing? Not just that, boringly, let me just write it. No.
Listen how to make a script.
Yes, you have to be creative. You have to be a content creator.
Yeah,
do you
that's
understand?
True.
You have to be everything as a production manager.
Okay, thank you for telling us this.
You're welcome.
Okay, so how important is the role of production manager in the media? Like, what makes them to be valuable in the media industry?
How important?
Like, what are the things that they are doing in a very extraordinary way that makes them to be valuable in the media industry?
Okay, let me say that. Let me come in this angle.
Okay, ma.
You know, as the head is to the neck.
Yes.
That is how a production manager is to the media. Without the production manager, you cannot go ahead with any production.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Okay.
A production manager will get you a good presenter. A production manager will tell you how he or she wants the script or how she wants the program to go. You understand? A production manager will dictate anything. In production. If the lighting is not good enough, the production manager should have eyes for it. A production manager should be able to tell that, oh, the way this presenter is going, she made a mistake here. She said, she used the word said instead of say. So he or she needs to cut such a host or such a presenter. Then the production manager works with the videographer, the director, the other behind the scene personnel. So I will say that from pre-production to the post-production, the production manager have to be there. Not just being there, like passing by, like a passerby. No, you have to be there physically, mentally, emotionally, with everything. Everything you have, if you really, really want a good job done.
That's a whole lot. That's a whole lot.
You cannot overemphasize the role of a production manager in media at all.
Okay, so thank you so much, ma. So how well do you think the media industry are giving accolades to a production manager?
Let me say, like, recently, such things are coming up. But then, in the olden days, there was nothing like that, you understand. The only thing you get as a production manager is, you know, all those written names after every programs. You just see it. In fact, if you did not look well, you will not see that, Agbo Mary is the production manager. It has gone. You will not even know. Do you understand? I'm not very sure people even know, like those that are not into media, I'm not very sure they know that, there's a particular person that is a production manager. You know, some people don't even have the time to read through all those scrolling of names. I can't really remember what it is called right now. So, do you understand? But recently, you know, they are giving awards to behind the scenes. Some media houses are giving awards. They are acknowledging them. You know, they feel that, oh, we should not leave these people behind. These people are really working. They are really doing well. So we should, while we are giving award to presenters, while we are giving award to reporters, while we are giving award to content creators, we should also
give them their credit.
Yes, we should also give them their credit. So they are doing well now, and I hope that they will do better. Like probably very soon they'll start showing us on TVs, start hearing us on radios, on newspapers, and the like.
Hopefully. Okay, so being a production manager is not an easy task with all you just said.
Not at
so
all.
What are the qualities that a production manager has to possess? Like, you know, what are the things that he or she has to like have to be able, do you understand?
I guess I made mention of some earlier while I was talking. You have to have flair for writing.
Okay.
You should be able to talk too. Okay. As a production manager, there are some basketballs, you know, in life it is not easy to manage anything.
Yeah.
Oh no, let me say it is easy to manage equipment. This cup right now, I can say this cup, stay here and it will stay. But it's not very easy to manage people. Do you understand?
True.
And as a production manager, you have to manage your team. And when I mean your team, the videographer is your team, the photographer is your team, the editor is your team,
the makeup
artist is your team. There will be lots of shouting. You've not done this. You've not. So you have to be mentally okay. Do you understand? You should multitask. You should be able to multitask. That's number one. Then you should be able to detect errors. Quickly and immediately, because some errors cannot be left till probably after the show is gone, or till after post-production. What if the editor too didn't see the error?
So
do you understand?
They have to be vigilant.
Yes, you have to be vigilant, and you have to note it down. Then, you know, in small organizations, a production manager does everything.
That's true. That's true.
So you have to have almost all qualities. In fact, as a production manager, you need to know how to handle the camera. What if your cameraman just decided one day that I'm not going to that office today, and I will shoot that production manager today? Do you understand? So, and you have a show that will be going on by 8. What will you do? So you start running up and down to look for a cameraman. So, as a production manager, you should be able to undo
the camera.
Then what if your editor says that, I'm not coming to office today? That production manager, he did something that I did not like. So you should be able to edit your work too. You know, there are some news or some programs that goes, immediately you are doing them like this, immediately you're recording them like this, it's flying. So, and you know, there has to be some little editings. You should be able to do it too. So you should have many skills though. Hey, you should know how to control lights, you should know how to shout, you should know how to scream, you should know how to manage people. You know, you just have so many things to do.
It requires a lot of patience.
Yeah, right. So thank you so much, ma. Like, you poured out a lot and I don't even know where to come from. So but talking about having so many skills, aside that, is there any way you can keep up without being relevant in the media industry? So aside the skills, is there any other
something that can make you to stay for a very long time in the industry?
What will make you stay for a very long time in the industry, if not for what I've mentioned?
That's true.
You know, as a production manager, if you can do the work of a videographer, that's a plus for you. If you can do the work of an editor, that's a plus for you too. If you can host a particular program, that is a plus for you.
What about script writing?
Yes, I'm still going there. If you have the flair for writing, if you can write anything, you can create content. If you can write content, that's a plus for you. Do you understand? So as a production manager, if you really want to stay in the media, my dear, have flair for writing. Be able to host program. Have so many skills. So I think I've answered your question.
Thank you, Ma. So what advice do you have for somebody that is aspiring to be a production manager in the future? Like, I don't know, maybe somebody like me can actually find it very helpful.
My mind. I want to be a presenter.
Because everything you've been saying so far seems very educative. Like, I didn't know all this about production managing before, but getting to hear all this from you, I was able.
Production manager is until
I was able to get some information
until after school. Do you understand? I don't even have. You know, when I was in school, I like you know, when I see presenters or hosts, I want to be a presenter. I want to do this. You know, the school I went to.
Okay.
When you get to HND2, they'll tell you to pick between broadcast and print. So I was like, those journalists, those that write, they don't really recognize them.
They don't get the shine.
You understand? They don't get to show. It's only their names on newspaper and that like that. But if you're a presenter, they'll show your face. And if you're not presenting on TV, you'll be shown on radio. You'll be heard on radio. Do you understand? So I used to have this flair for presentation. So like one of my lecturers used to say when I was in school that if you want to be anything in journalism, in fact, one of them would say that stop limiting yourself to a journalist. Say that you're a communicator. So I will use that word right now. If you want to be a communicator, my dear, you have to know everything about communication. And how do you know everything about communication? You need to be able to speak well. You need to have flair for writing. As they have flair for writing, not just know how to write. I have flair for writing, and don't and don't just be like, oh, I want to be a presenter or I want to be a production manager. Then you're not limiting yourself to just present a presentation. Oh, you feel that it's only talk they talk there. No,
but there's more to it.
There's more to it. You need to write down your script. If you don't write down your script, you're not relevant to media. Do you understand? A production manager can help you write 1 or 2 scripts, but then if you cannot write the 3rd one, my dear, there are so many presenters
that actually have extra skills.
Yeah, they have extra skills. I have about 20 presenters, so I'll be writing scripts for each and every one of them.
It's not possible.
I will just push you aside and look for a better person that can do the work.
That's true.
That's true.
Do you understand? So as if you really want to be a production manager and if you want to be relevant in media, know how to write, know how to present. Don't just say I want to be a production manager, then you don't know other things. No. So my advice to everyone watching this right now is that for you to be relevant in communication, in mass communication, if you want to be a great communicator, you need to have flair for writing. You should be able to write well. Clean. Okay, even if your writing is not fine, you know, we type. But you should have flair for writing.
That's true.
You should be able to decode everything. In fact, if you have a recorder, at least you should be able to decode what your interviewee
is saying.
Then you write it down.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
In fact, even as a PR person, if you don't have flair for writing, you're going nowhere.
Actually.
Do you understand? Everyone doing production should be able to write. Everyone in media should be able to write. Be it behind the scene, be it whatever you feel it is, please know how to write. Have flair for writing and be a good person. That is just it. Be a good person. Be very hardworking and be focused. Don't lose focus. Don't lose focus. Be focused and know what you are doing. And try to learn everything. Try to know something about everything. You know, there's this AI that people are talking about now. Artificial intelligence. So you should be able to be vast about everything. Don't just limit yourself. I'm particular on this bit.
I don't want to know about other things.
Why? So you should know as things are coming out. You should learn about them. Learn, relearn. Leave the one you've learned. Don't just stand on one.
We should always seek knowledge.
Yeah. So thank you. So that's my advice for you.
So guys, this is a call to action. You have to know new things about everything as a media practitioner or any field you may find yourself. Don't limit yourself to a specialized area. Don't say I'm a broadcaster. I don't want to know anything about writing. I don't want to know anything about behind the scenes and all of that. So here is where I will draw the curtain on the show today. I am Kehinde Adesun. Over to my co-host.
So like she said earlier, thank you so much for watching our program. To see more of these all you just have to do is to subscribe on our YouTube channel, Writing Theatre. Don't forget to subscribe, like I said. I am Agboola Samiat. See you next time.